My child, I need you to pause everything right now and hear what I have to say. It's no accident that you're here at this very moment. I'm bringing you this message because I know exactly what you've been going through. The sleepless nights, the early mornings when your mind races, those moments when you look around and feel completely lost. I have seen it all. I was there with you in each of those moments. You've been carrying a weight that you shouldn't have to carry by yourself. You fought battles that seem endless, tried to rise again so many times that you've lost count. And today, right now, you're tired. Tired of trying, tired of waiting, tired of hoping for things to change. I understand this exhaustion, the weariness that fills your heart. I understand every deep sigh, every tear you held back, every prayer that seemed unanswered. But today, I am here to tell you something that will change everything. Something that you need to hear, not just with your ears, but with the very depth of your heart. A truth that will break the invisible chains holding you back. A revelation that will change how you see everything in your life. I didn't just come to comfort you. I came to set you free. Have you ever wondered why this message reached you today? Why, of all the things you could be doing, you're here, listening to me? It's because the time has come for you to understand what I've been quietly doing in your life. The time has come for you to see clearly what your natural eyes couldn't see before. The time for you to learn the truth that the enemy has kept hidden from you. I know every battle you fought. I know every time you wanted to give up, but something deep inside whispered, "One more day." That whisper was me. Every time you found strength you didn't know you had, it was me. Every time a door closed and you didn't understand why, it was me protecting you from something your eyes couldn't see. I never abandoned you. I saw you when you tried to hide your tears. I saw you when you smiled through the pain. I saw you when you kept going, even when you had no strength left. And each time you did, every time you chose to rise again, my heart was filled with joy. Because I know how strong you are. I know how brave you are, and I know the strength that lives within you, a strength that comes directly from me. You are not here by chance. This message was made just for you, for this moment, for the pain you carry, and for the situation that feels so hopeless. And I want you to know that everything is about to change. Not because you are perfect, not because you deserve it, but because I am faithful, because I am God, and because I love you in a way that you can't fully understand yet. If this message has touched your heart, leave an amen in the comments so I know you're ready to receive what I've prepared for you. Today marks the beginning of something new in your life. Today, a cycle of pain ends and a cycle of freedom begins. Today, you will realize that you were never alone. I have always been with you. Every step you took, I walked beside you. Every tear you shed, I wept with you. And every victory to come, we will celebrate together. I know you feel stuck. I understand that when you look at your life, it feels like nothing is moving forward. You've prayed, you've fasted, you've cried out, and you've done everything you know, but nothing has changed. Your dreams seem further away than ever. The promises you once held on to feel distant, and you've begun to question whether God really hears you, whether He cares about what you're going through. These thoughts have been echoing in your heart, haven't they? With every passing day without an answer, these questions become louder and harder to ignore. The enemy has used this silence to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. He has whispered lies, telling you that I've forgotten you, that I've abandoned you, and that you're not important enough for me to care about. But today, I am here to personally destroy those lies. I have come to tear away the veil that has kept you from seeing the truth. The truth is, I have never, not for a single moment, taken my eyes off of you. The truth is that every tear you shed has been engraved into my heart. Every night you cried alone, feeling the weight of the world, I was there, closer to you than your very breath. You think you are alone, but I am right here with you. You believe no one sees your pain, but I see it all. You think your prayers aren't reaching me, but every word you whispered has been heard by me like a cry that moves heaven itself. I heard you when you said, I can't go on. I heard you when you asked, Lord, why? I heard you when you said, I can't believe anymore. And in each of those moments, I was at work. What you call silence, I call preparation. What you call delayed, I call the perfect timing. What you call abandonment, I call deep closeness. I don't work on human time, but according to the eternal plan I've set. Everything I do perfectly. Nothing you faced has surprised me. Nothing has been outside my control. Every detail of your journey is being written by my hands. I saw when you tried again and failed. I saw when you believed and were let down. I saw when you waited, and it seemed like nothing happened. But what you didn't see was what I was doing behind the scenes. You didn't see the doors I closed to protect you. You didn't see the paths I blocked because they would lead to harm. You didn't see the people I moved away from you because they would hurt you. You didn't see any of that because your eyes can only see what's before you. But I see the spiritual. I see what lies ahead. I see the end of the story. And the end of your story is not defeat. The end of your story is not sorrow. The end of your story is not abandonment. The end of your story is victory. Is a joy. It's the complete fulfillment of everything I promised you. I do not change you, I do not lie, and I do not fail. What I said about you is still true. What I promised will come to pass, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop it. Share this message with someone who needs to hear today that God has never abandoned them. You may be the one I use to bring hope. Stop believing the lie that you are alone. Stop believing the lie that I have forgotten you. Stop believing the lie that nothing will ever change, because these are lies meant to keep you stuck where you are. But today those lies are broken. Today the truth will set you free. Today you will know in your heart that I have never abandoned you. When you cried in the quiet of your home, feeling all alone, I was there with you. When you felt invisible in the crowd, I saw you. When you thought no one cared about you, I cared for you more than you can ever imagine. I am not a distant God watching from afar. I am not a God who created you and then left you to face the world on your own. I am a God who is present, a God who is close, a God who lives in you. With every heartbeat, I am there. With every breath you take, I am with you. With every thought in your mind, I am there. I don't just watch you, I live in you. I walk with you, I feel what you feel, and when you suffer, I suffer with you. You are not just my creation, you are my child. And nothing in this world is more important to me than you. I saw you when you tried to hide your tears. I saw you when you smiled even though you were hurting inside. I saw you when you kept moving forward without any strength left. And every time you did, every time you chose to rise again, my heart filled with pride because I know how strong you are, how brave you are, and how much inner strength you have, all of it coming directly from me. But today, I want you to know something even more powerful. You no longer need to pretend. You no longer have to be strong on your own. and you no longer have to carry this weight alone, because I am here to carry it with you. In fact, I am here to carry it for you. All I ask from you is trust. All I ask is for you to rest in my arms, to let me be God in your life. I never ask you to fix everything alone. I never ask you to be perfect, and I never ask you to have all the answers. The only thing I have always asked from you is this: trust in me, believe that I am who I say I am, and know that I am in control of everything. When you try to carry everything by yourself, you're telling me that you don't trust me. When you try to solve everything with your own strength, you're saying that I'm not capable. But I am capable. I always have been, and I always will be. Do you know why I allowed you to reach the limit of your strength? It's so you would finally realize that you don't need to rely on your own strength. So you would understand that my strength is enough, and that when you are weak, I am strong, and my strength is made perfect in your weakness. So stop trying to be strong on your own. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to prove something to anyone, because you don't need to prove anything. You're already mine. You're already loved, and you're already accepted. If you believe this, like and subscribe to this channel now, as a declaration that you trust I am with you and that I will never leave you. When you rest in me and truly trust me, something supernatural begins to happen. Things start to move, doors begin to open, and paths start to appear. Not because you tried harder, not because you earned it, but because you finally let me do what I've always wanted to do. You've finally given up control and placed everything in my hands. And in my hands, everything is transformed. In my hands, the impossible becomes possible. In my hands, what was dead comes to life. Today I invite you to rest. I invite you to trust, and I invite you to believe that I have control and that everything will be all right. Not because the circumstances have changed, but because I am with you. And if I am with you, nothing can stand against you. If I am with you, nothing can defeat you. If I am with you, victory is already assured. Now, I need to show you something that will open your eyes in a way you've never imagined. Here's a reason why you felt trapped. There's a reason why nothing seems to change. There's a reason why your prayers seem unheard. And that reason has nothing to do with me abandoning you. It has everything to do with the lies you've believed as though they were the truth. The enemy is clever. He knows he can't destroy you directly because you belong to me. So he uses another tactic. He plants lies in your mind, lies so well disguised that you don't even realize they are lies. You accept them as truth without question and begin to live as though they are real. These lies become invisible prisons that trap you right where he wants you. Let me show you some of the lies you've been believing. Do you think you're not good enough? That no matter how hard you try, it will never be enough? Do you look at others and feel they have something you don't, that they deserve blessings but you don't? That's a lie. Do you think it's too late for you? That you've missed your chance and now there's no hope for a fresh start? That's a lie. Do you think your past defines your future, that because of your mistakes, you don't deserve anything good? That's a lie. Do you think things will always stay the same? That your situation is permanent, that you'll always carry this pain? That's a lie. You think I've forgotten about you, that I've abandoned you, that I don't care about you. That's the biggest lie of all. Each of these lies has built a prison in your mind, one that keeps you from seeing what I'm truly doing in your life. When you believe these lies, you stop dreaming, you stop believing, and you stop hoping. You begin to settle for the pain because you think there's nothing better coming for you. And when you do that, you start to live far below what I've planned for you. You begin to accept what's small when I've prepared a feast for you. You start living in scarcity when I've prepared abundance. These lies act like invisible chains. You can't see them, but you feel their weight every day. You wake up tired because you're carrying this burden. You go to bed anxious because the weight of these lies won't let you rest. You try to move forward, but something always seems to hold you back. And that something is the lies the enemy planted in your mind, which you've believed as the truth. The enemy knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can control your life because everything starts in the mind. Your actions are shaped by your thoughts, and your decisions are based on your beliefs. If your beliefs are built on lies, then your entire life will rest on a false foundation. That's why you've tried so hard, and nothing seems to work. You're fighting against the wrong lies. Write in the comments which lie you've believed the most up until now, because recognizing a lie is the first step toward breaking the chains that hold you back. But today, that all ends. Today, the lies are exposed. Today, you will clearly see the truth for what it is and recognize the lies for what they are. Today, you will understand that everything that has kept you in bondage was baseless. These lies were nothing more than shadows, illusions, just lies dressed up as truth. And when the truth is revealed, the lies lose their power. When the light shines, darkness has no choice but to flee. Today, the light of truth will shine so brightly in your life that it will destroy every lie you have carried for so long. Now, listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you has the power to break every chain holding you back. The truth will set you free, and the truth about who you really are will destroy every lie the enemy has planted in your mind. So take a deep breath and receive every word I'm about to speak as living water to quench your thirsty soul. Did you think you weren't enough? The truth is, I chose you before the world was even made. I set you apart, called you by name. You don't need to be enough, because I am enough in you. You don't need to earn it, because I already paid the price. You don't need to prove anything, because I already approved you. You are my child. You are my son. You are my daughter, and that's all you need to be. Did you think it was too late? The truth is, I don't follow human time. For me, there is no early or late. There is only the perfect moment. And the perfect moment for you is not past. It is happening right now. Moses was 80 years old when I called him to free a people. Abraham was 100 years old when I fulfilled my promise. Sarah was 90 years old when the impossible happened. My timing is not like man's timing, and for you it's not too late. This is your exact moment. Did you think your past would define your future? The truth is, when you are in me, you are a new creation. The old is gone. Everything has been made new. When I look at you, I don't see your past. I see your future. I see the glory that awaits you. I see the victory that is coming. Your past holds no power over you. I have erased it, forgiven it, and cast it into the depths of the sea of forgetfulness. And what I forget, no one remembers. Did you think it would always be like this? The truth is, I make all things new. I change the seasons, I change circumstances, and I change stories. Your story doesn't end in pain. It doesn't end in defeat. It doesn't end in frustration. Your story ends in victory, in joy, and in the full realization of everything I have promised. What you're living now is not the end. It's just the middle. And at the midpoint of your story is where the most unexpected and amazing things happen. Did you think I had forgotten you? The truth is, you are engraved on the palm of my hands. I cannot forget you, not even if I wanted to. You are tattooed on my heart. Your name is written in my thoughts all the time. I think about you all the time. I take care of you all the time. I protect you all the time. You have never been out of my mind. You have never been out of my reach. You have never been alone. Today, I declare over you, you are loved, you are accepted, you are forgiven, you are free, you are victorious, you are blessed, you are prosperous, you are healthy, you are strong, you are capable, you have authority, you have power, you have anointing, you have purpose, you have destiny, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop you from achieving everything I have prepared for you. Declare your freedom now by writing, "I am free" in the comments, because that declaration from your mouth will break every remaining chain. The chains are broken, the lies have been destroyed, and the prison doors are open. You are no longer a slave to fear, no longer a slave to doubt, no longer a slave to your past. You are free, truly free. And whom the Son sets free is free indeed. So lift your head, straighten your shoulders, because you are not that broken person anymore. You are not that defeated person anymore. You are a child of God. You are His daughter, and in you is the power of heaven itself. Now that you know the truth, you must understand that knowing it isn't enough. The truth only sets you free when you act on it, when you make it your own, when you apply it to your life. Freedom is not something that is simply given. It's something you must choose. And today you have to choose. Will you continue living as a slave to lies, or will you rise up and claim the freedom I have already won for you? I want you to understand something powerful. You have authority. You have power. Not because you are strong, not because you are capable, but because I live in you. And if I live in you, all the power of heaven is at your command. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are not a prisoner of lies, and you are not a prisoner of your past. You have the authority to overcome. You have the power to destroy, and you have the anointing to annihilate everything that stands against you. Now I want you to do something important. Renounce. Renounce every lie you have believed. Don't just think about it, speak it out loud. There is power in your words, authority in your declarations. When you speak, you use the same power I used to create the world. Your words release spiritual forces that can move mountains. So open your mouth and declare, I renounce the lie that I am not enough. I renounce the lie that it's too late. I renounce the lie that my past defines me. I renounce the lie that it will always be this way. I renounce the lie that God has forgotten me. And after renouncing the lies, speak the truth. It's not enough to just remove the lies, you must replace them with the truth. So declare, I'm chosen, I'm loved, I'm accepted, I'm forgiven, I'm free, I'm victorious. God's timing is perfect for me. I'm a new creation. My past has no power over my future. God is renewing all things in my life. I am engraved on the palms of God's hands, and He has never forgotten me. Can you feel what is happening right now? The chains are breaking, the prisons are falling, and the walls are crumbling. Because when you use your authority and proclaim the truth, the spiritual realm moves. Demons tremble, strongholds fall, and you are truly free. This freedom is not temporary, not just an emotional freedom that lasts for a short time, but real, permanent, and total freedom. But I need you to understand something important. This freedom comes with responsibility. Now that you know the truth, You are responsible for it. Now that you've been set free, you are responsible for staying free. The enemy will try to plant lies again, sow seeds of doubt, and try to bring you back into your old prisons. And when that happens, you must use your authority once more, proclaim the truth once more, and resist. Because freedom is not something passive. Freedom is active. Freedom is a constant battle against lies. But you are not fighting this battle alone. I am with you. I am in you. When you use your authority, you are simply releasing my power that already lives inside you. You are allowing me to do through you what I've always wanted. You are the channel through which heaven invades earth, and that is powerful, transformative, and changes everything. Share this message with someone still trapped in lies, because you can be the one to bring freedom to someone else today. Don't keep this to yourself. Don't stay silent about what has happened here. There are thousands of people trapped in the same lies that once trapped you, and you can be the instrument I use to set them free. When you share, when you give your testimony, when you declare what I've done for you, you break chains not only in your life but in the lives of others as well. You are a light in the darkness. You are hope for those who have lost it. You are the voice for those who cannot speak. I know right now it feels like you are trapped. It seems like nothing ever changes. You feel like you've been stuck in the same place for months, maybe even years. You pray, you cry out, you search, but it seems like nothing is moving. And in your mind, a dangerous lie has started to grow. The lie that you are stuck. The lie that you will never get out of this place. The lie that your life has stopped and will never move forward. But today, I want to change your perspective completely. You are not stuck, you are in process, and there is a huge difference. When you are stuck, there's no way out, no movement, no hope. But when you are in process, there is a path, a transformation happening, a destiny being shaped. You are not stagnant. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped and strengthened. You are not wasting time, but you are gaining what you need to carry the blessings I will give you. I don't work with magic. I work through processes. I could do it all in an instant, but I choose to work through processes because they build character. Processes bring maturity and strength. And what I'm going to give you is so valuable that you need to be strong enough to handle it. What I'm going to give you is so powerful that you need deep roots to keep you grounded when the winds of life blow. What I'm giving you is so precious that you must understand its worth, so you don't waste it. Think about it. A seed doesn't turn into a tree overnight. It has to go through a process. First, it is planted in the soil. Then it stays hidden, with nothing visible happening above the surface. But underground, something powerful is happening. The roots are growing, strength is developing, and the structure is forming. Only after the roots are firmly established does the shoot finally appear. And even when the shoot begins to appear, it's still not a full tree. It's just the start. That small plant will have to endure the sun, the rain, the wind, the cold, and the heat. All of this is part of the process to become a strong tree. Right now, you are in this process, and I know you want to skip the steps. I know you want everything to happen quickly, but if I skip steps, you won't be ready for what's ahead. If I move you too fast, you won't have the strength to stand on your own. If I give you the blessing before you're ready, you could lose it, because it's not the blessing that needs to be big. It's you who needs to be strong enough to handle it. What am I doing in your life right now? I'm working on you. I'm removing what needs to be removed, adding what needs to be added, strengthening what was weak, healing what was hurt, teaching you what you need to learn, and building in you what will be needed for the future. Every day that seems like nothing is happening is actually a day of invisible construction. Like and subscribe now, because that shows you understand that you are in a process, and that you will stick with it until the end. The challenge is that processes are invisible. You can't see what's happening beneath the surface. You only see what hasn't happened yet. You only see that the promise hasn't been fulfilled, that change hasn't come, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. It just means you're looking in the wrong place. You're focused on the outside, on your circumstances, when you should be looking inside. It's inside of you where I am working. It's inside of you where the transformation is taking place. And I promise you this process will end. You won't stay in this place forever, because every process has a purpose. And when that purpose is fulfilled, the process ends, and your growth begins. So be patient. Trust the process. Trust me, because I know exactly what I'm doing. And when it's all over, you will look back and fully understand why you had to go through all of this. I know the question that troubles you the most. When will things change? When will the promise be fulfilled? When will the answer come? When will the door open? And every time you don't get an answer when you expect it, frustration builds, doubt increases, and you start to think that maybe I have forgotten about you. But let me explain something that will change the way you see waiting. I don't work by chronological time. I work by the perfect moment. There's a huge difference between the two. Chronological time is the clock, the calendar, counting the days. But the perfect moment is the instant when everything aligns, when you are ready, when the right people are in place, when the circumstances are right, and when success is guaranteed. I don't care about the clock. I care about the perfect moment. You want it fast, but I want it to be right. You want it now, but I want it at the moment that will protect you, elevate you, and make sure you are ready for what I have for you. I am before you, and I see what no one else sees. It wasn't by chance that you took a deep breath, and it wasn't by chance that you decided to pause for this message. I am the one who moved time, who aligned the heavens, and who created space in your day so you could be here at this exact moment. You could have ignored it. You could have turned away. You could have closed the window, but something stronger pulled you in. That something is me. I am the one who calls you by your name, who knows the thoughts in the quiet of your mind, and who listens even to the thoughts you try to push away. The battle you're facing right now is a battle for your attention. There is an invisible war taking place. So when you feel distracted, when your mind tries to wander, or when the urge to leave grows stronger, it's not just a coincidence, it's resistance. The enemy knows that every word you hear here is like a spiritual key that opens doors, breaks chains, and destroys patterns you can't even explain. While you may think you're simply watching a video, I am writing your destiny. You're not just in front of a screen. You are in front of me. This space has become an altar. This moment is a sacred one. I remember your silent cry. When you turned to the wall and whispered that you needed a sign, I heard you. I saw the tears no one saw. I felt the weight on your chest that no one could name. I was there when you thought no one was noticing, when you thought you were alone but you weren't. I recorded every breath filled with pain. I saw it every sleepless night. I did not despise any of it. And today, right now, I am answering your unspoken prayer. You didn't find your way here by chance. Something greater is in motion. Promises are being activated. Answers are being released. As your eyes move across these words, angels are positioning themselves around you. You may not see them, but things are already changing. A lightness starts to touch your spirit, and a strange peace begins to fill your heart. That burden that seemed too heavy to carry is starting to lift. You feel something different because you are different. It's the touch of my presence. What I am doing now doesn't rely on logic or reason. It's not the result of calculations or coincidences. It's the fruit of my faithfulness. That's why I ask you to stay. Don't walk away. Don't think you've figured everything out yet. The greatest moment is still ahead of you. Every second you spend here is a seed for your future. Every moment is a record in the book of life. To remain is to obey, and to obey is to unlock the door to miracles. I don't want just part of you. I want all of you. I don't want your divided attention. I want your whole heart. It's in this moment that I plant something that will bloom in the days to come. If you stay, you'll see things you never imagined. What felt like an end will become a new beginning. What seemed like a defeat will turn into a testimony of victory. What you thought was silence is actually the answer. That's why I urge you, don't leave. Don't give up. Don't let anything take this moment from you. You asked for change, but I'm offering you even more. I'm giving you a restored identity. I'm giving you honor in the eyes of those who doubted you. I'm bringing freedom in areas where you stopped praying. I'm pulling up deep roots, touching old memories, healing wounds you thought had already been healed, but still hurt in silence. All of this is happening now because you are here. I know how difficult it was to get here. I know how hard you fought against giving up. I know about the battles no one saw, the thoughts that stayed hidden inside you. But your perseverance proves there is faith in you, and faith, even small, is enough to move mountains. By staying, you're declaring with your spirit, I believe. And those who believe receive. Those who stay gain access. Those who trust will see. So don't let this moment pass without a response. Make your action a prophetic declaration. Comment now, I choose to stay. Don't do it out of habit. Do it as someone who sows in the Spirit. He who sows with faith reaps miracles. This simple action is a seed planted in the unseen. Every letter you write is a mark before me, a key that unlocks what has already been prepared. I do not speak in vain. What comes from my mouth does not return empty. It accomplishes its purpose. This word is meant to set you free, to restore, to renew, and to transform. You will not leave here the same as you came. Something is changing right now. The atmosphere around you is no longer the same. Your life will never be the same again. This is just the beginning of something extraordinary, and the start depends on your decision to stay. Take a deep breath. I am here. I have already begun. The place you stand now is no longer the same as when you chose to remain. You may only see 4 walls. It may just be a simple room, a quiet hallway, a space that seems unnoticed by anyone else. But I see an altar. I turn the environment into holy ground, because where my voice is welcomed, heaven meets earth. You are not simply facing a video. You are encountering my presence. The screen becomes a window, your seat turns into a pulpit, and this moment becomes sacred. What seemed like a usual experience is actually a divine meeting. The physical place you are in is touched by eternity. That's why you feel something different. That's why the air feels lighter. That's why your heart begins to warm. That's why your mind calms down slowly. It's no longer just a space. It's an altar created in the unseen. Every second here is important. Every word you take in is a seed. Every choice to stay is an act of faith written in the heavens. As you read, invisible changes are happening around you. Angelic beings are watching. Unseen chains are breaking. Old agreements are being destroyed. What seemed like endless cycles is now being interrupted. The spiritual atmosphere is being rearranged because you decided not to leave, not to give up, and not to be distracted. There is a clear line between before and after. That line is being drawn right now, where you are. Do not overlook the quiet. Do not underestimate the simplicity. It was in the silence that I heard your cries. It is in the simplicity of this moment that I bring forth greatness. Many think they need something grand for change to begin, but I use simplicity to confuse the strong. You didn't need to be in a big temple full of people. You didn't need large, visible signs because the altar was formed right where you are. The altar is your perseverance, your surrender, and your open heart. The enemy fears this altar, so he tried to distract you, wear you down, and make you believe nothing was happening. But now, you see that something is happening. A different atmosphere surrounds you. An old weight begins to lift, and new hope starts to bloom. None of this comes from you, it comes from me. I prepared this environment myself. That's why you feel that every second here matters, because it does. Every moment is an eternity etched in time. Every breath is a silent prayer rising like incense. Everything you thought was lost is being reorganized in front of this altar. Your thoughts are becoming clearer. Your fears are losing their strength, and your insecurities no longer have the same power. I touch your mind, align your spirit, and purify your emotions. The weight you couldn't name fades away because my presence does not share space with oppression. Where I am, freedom comes. Where I am welcomed, light pushes away all darkness. It is here, in this moment, that portals open, portals of ancient promises that were kept for just the right time. Portals of answers that hadn't arrived yet because it wasn't the right moment. And now, the altar before me activates what was once held back, releases what was blocked, and speeds up what had been stagnant. You don't need to understand how. You just need to remain. With every word you read, something new opens up for you. Don't take this moment for granted. Don't belittle this altar. Don't think it's just a video, because it's not. This space was chosen for an encounter. This moment was marked by destiny, and I wouldn't let you reach it without a purpose. What seemed like an ordinary notification is now revealed as a divine call. You are not just a spectator, you are a participant. Your presence here is an act of intercession, your reading is an agreement, and your attention is a form of worship. That's why I tell you, don't keep to yourself what you receive. The blessing that grows is the one that is shared. Just as this altar was built where you are, it can be built in another heart when you speak this word. Share this message now, not as someone completing an obligation, but as someone carrying out a mission. There are people on the edge, about to collapse, who need the same breath of life that is reaching you today. When you share, you don't just send a link, you open a portal. You become a bridge, a channel, and what you give, you also receive double. When you work with what heaven is doing, heaven works with you. This is the power of the invisible altar. It is not bound to one place, it grows and spreads. It will touch homes, rooms, quiet phones, people you never imagined. And everyone will know that it wasn't you, it was me through you. The altar is already lit, the flame is burning, and the transformation has already started. Stay here, because I still have more to release in your life. Every moment you choose to stay is not wasted. Every second you spend listening to my voice is recorded as a spiritual key. You cannot yet imagine the greatness of what is happening right now. When it seems like nothing has changed, that is when I am working most intensely. Don't judge what I am doing by what you can see with your eyes. I am working in places you can't reach on your own, breaking invisible bonds, opening doors that seemed shut, and clearing paths that appeared blocked. Your decision to stay is not small. All of heaven watches this moment. It's as if, with every second, you say with your spirit, I believe, I choose to trust, I choose to stay. This simple act breaks the cycle of doubt, defeats the force of surrender, and declares that your future is in my hands. When you stayed, you sow faith, and even the tiniest seed of faith, as small as a grain of sand, can move mountains. It's not the absence of fear that shows faith. It's the strength to stand firm even in the middle of chaos. I know how many times doubt tried to shout louder. I know how many times you thought about giving up. I know how many times you felt continuing was pointless, but still, you pushed through. This is proof that faith is still alive within you. It doesn't matter how weak you feel. What matters is that you're still here. And that alone is a victory. Faith doesn't need to be enormous to be real. It just needs to be genuine. And your sincerity is opening doors in the unseen. Right now, I am unleashing changes that cannot be undone. There are chains that will never bind you again. There are voices of accusation that will no longer have power over you. Doors that once kept closing are now opening before you. Because to remain is to resist, and those who resist remain firm until they see the promise fulfilled. What seems confusing today will one day be seen as a turning point. This is the moment that marks the division between what was and what will be. I honor those who honor me. I do not overlook those who choose to believe. Just as I saw you persevere, I will make others see your victory. Just as you remain silent in your struggle, you will be exalted publicly. The time of shame ends, and the time of honor begins to unfold. You will not be remembered for your failures, but for your triumphs. You will not be known for your rejection, but for your victory. This is the power of a decision that changes destinies. You asked for transformation, but I bring solid change. I will not just change the things around you. I will make a new identity grow within you. You will no longer be a slave to instability because you are learning to stand firm on the rock. Your emotions will no longer shift you, but you will stay strong in faith. What once made you uncertain will no longer control you, because a new strength is rising within you. Every choice you make before me is a seed that will grow and bear fruit in its time. This moment will be remembered as the day everything began to shift. You will look back and understand. It was in that moment, in that decision, that everything started to come together. This is the proof of my faithfulness. I turn small actions into great outcomes. I multiply acts of faith into incredible results. Do not allow doubt to take away what I have already planted inside you. Don't give room to the voice that tells you it's all pointless. I assure you that it is worth believing. What I have prepared for you is far greater than any loss you have experienced. What I am releasing into your life is more than the pain you have carried. A future is being built right now, and you are already walking in it. So, make this moment a mark, not just in your spirit, but in your actions. Like this video and subscribe now as a prophetic step of commitment. This simple act is a declaration before heaven that you choose to stay, that you want to keep listening, and that you refuse to stop here. What begins with a click becomes an eternal memory, because every action in the natural world connects with the supernatural when it's done with faith. I have already begun, and I will not stop. Your decision to remain open a path no one can judge. What seems small is becoming something extraordinary. This is only the start of the story I am writing in you. Breathe deeply. Stay with me. The best is yet to come. I saw every moment when you withdrew into silence, thinking no one noticed. I saw you go into the bathroom and let the tears fall, as if that was the only safe space to let it out. I saw you late at night, eyes wide open, unable to rest, even though your body was exhausted. And no one else saw it, but I was there. I was present in every moment when the weight felt too heavy and loneliness felt like the only companion. I saw you smile, pretending everything was fine, even though it wasn't. I saw you try to be strong for everyone else, hiding the pain inside. I saw the mask you wore to protect others, and I know that mask weighed more than any burden you carried. While everyone thought you were okay, I knew about every invisible fight, every tear you held back, every pain you suppressed. I saw you check your bank app with a racing heart, not wanting to see the numbers. I saw you calculate in your mind how you would manage with what little you had left. I saw you stand in front of an empty closet, staring at the void, a feeling stronger than any words. I saw the weight on your chest, the difficulty in breathing, the feeling of being alone in your struggles, but you were never alone. I was there. You thought no one saw, but I did. You believed that no one cared, but I did. You thought there was no way out, but I was already making a way for you. I didn't let anything slip by unnoticed. Every sigh, every tear, every thought of giving up was heard by me. I don't overlook anything you feel, because every little part of your life matters to me. I also know the promises you made to yourself, the ones you might never have said out loud, but the ones that left a scar in your heart. I'll never trust again. I'll never open up again. I'll never expect anything from anyone. I saw you build walls around yourself, trying to protect your heart from being hurt again. But those walls, while keeping the pain out, also stopped you from living fully. I know how much that hurt. I know how those scars have shaped the way you see yourself. Loving you and through was unnoticed. Every pain was marked, every tear collected, every sleepless night remembered before me. I didn't take any of it for granted. Even when you thought I was far away, I was close. Even when you thought I didn't care, I cared more than you could ever imagine. I don't deny your pain, and I don't downplay what you've been through. I don't hide the depth of your wounds. But I tell you now, none of those things define who you are. You are not the abandonment you faced, nor the rejection, nor the lack, nor the silence you lived through. You are more than all of that. You are what I say you are, and I say you are mine. Even when you tried to hide from others, you couldn't hide from me. I know the deepest part of your heart, even the things you try to deny. I know the weight you haven't shared with anyone, the battles you fought on your own, the tears you cried when no one else was around. I know because I was there, and now, in this moment, I bring all of this to light not to shame you, but to heal you. I do not reveal wounds to condemn, but to heal. I do not bring up pain to make it worse, but to take it away. I remind you of everything you thought was forgotten, because nothing is ever lost with me. And from today, I will start turning every tear into a seed of hope. You thought silence would last forever, but I am the voice that shatters it. You believed pain would never end, but I am the healing that restores. Did you think loneliness was your fate? But I am the companion who never leaves. I have seen everything you've been through. I have been there with you, and now I'm here to show you that none of it was pointless. From this unseen altar, I begin to undo what seemed impossible to change. What once caused pain will become a powerful testimony. What once was shame will now become honor. What was lost will be returned. I am the one who writes new chapters, and your story doesn't end in sorrow. Today, I begin a new chapter for you. Breathe deeply. I am here. I have always been here. I will let the emptiness define your story. I know every detail of your struggle, the weight of every bill, the fear of every morning, and the worry that fills each night. I saw the moment when you thought there was no way out, when you felt that what little you had wouldn't be enough, and that another defeat was coming. But today, I tell you that the time of lack is over, and a new season is starting. I am the source that will never run dry. I am the provision that can't fail. I am the help that shows up when everything seems lost. Don't limit your vision to what your eyes can see. An empty closet is not a curse. It's a sign of multiplication. A tight budget is not a judgment. It's a signal that a bigger door is about to open. A paycheck that doesn't stretch far enough is not the end. It's a reminder that you don't rely on the world system but on heaven's supply. I am the one who multiplies. I am the one who makes a path through the desert. I send resources from places you never thought possible. You were not meant to live in lack or depend on the pity of others. You are an heir, and heirs don't beg. You were never meant to crawl through life, but to walk with dignity. The shame you have carried will no longer be seen as a burden but as a story of victory. What once was lacking will overflow. What once caused humiliation will turn into honor. The provision I send isn't just money. I send peace that surpasses your fears, ideas that open doors, and connections that reveal hidden opportunities. I don't just want to fill your wallet, I want to fill your life with purpose. There's no point in having abundance on the outside if your heart is still empty. I am the God who provides in every area, not just one. The food will come, the bill will be paid, but with it, you will receive the certainty that you are not alone, and you never have been. As you read these words, something is already moving behind the scenes. I am touching hearts to grant you favor. I am shifting circumstances that have been stuck for years. I'm opening doors that seemed locked. I am releasing resources that were held back. None of this is by chance. It is a direct intervention from heaven in your life. Do not fear what's ahead. Do not look to the future with worry about what might be missing. I am the owner of every season, and in each one, I provide what is needed. The manna came in the desert. The multiplication happened before the crowd. The oil multiplied in the widow's home. Every impossible situation became a stage for my faithfulness. And now, it's your turn to see this happen. I know you have often thought about giving up. I know you've considered stopping the fight because it seemed like it was no longer worth it. But before you fall, I step in. Before you lose everything, I send help. Before pain overwhelms you, I release hope. I am never late because my timing is always perfect. Even if you think it's already too late, I tell you that now is the perfect time. So lift your head up. Don't look down like you've been defeated. Look at me and understand that I've already made a way. You won't be remembered for your lack, but for the miracles. You won't be marked by scarcity, but by abundance. I am writing the story of your life. Where the world saw failure, I'm writing victory. Where they said you would have nothing, I will show you that you will have more than enough. Now I ask you for a step of faith. Don't just feel it, declare it. Do this as if you are planting a seed in the unseen and activating what is already prepared. Comment 777 now as a prophetic sign of the perfect provision I'm releasing upon you. This number is no coincidence. It's a spiritual code of completeness, a symbol of endless abundance. By writing it, you confirm in your spirit what I have already done in your favor. The door that seemed shut now opens. The resources you thought were lost are returning. The dignity you felt was gone is being restored. I am the God of provision, and today I am opening a portal for you. This is the start of a new chapter. Take a deep breath. What once was scarcity is now turning into abundance, and you will see for yourself the difference between the season of pain and the season of honor. Nothing you gone through was lost. Every tear that fell in silence has been recorded before me. Every pain you thought was ignored was kept in my care. You thought you were alone, that no one cared, that your suffering meant nothing. But I tell you, none of it was in vain. I used every detail of your story to prepare something much greater. What seemed like a delay was actually preparation. What felt like loss was part of a divine alignment that is now unfolding. I don't disregard any chapter of your life. Even the days of shame and silence shaped your faith. The humiliations you faced were not signs of being abandoned, but seeds planted for a time of honor. The places where you were rejected will be the very places where I will show the world your victory. Those who doubted you will see for themselves what happens when I choose someone. You thought you were falling behind, but in reality, you were preparing. You believed others were moving forward, while you stood still. But I was working on you from the inside so you could handle the blessings I am releasing now. I do not delay. I act at the perfect time. My preparation doesn't take away, it multiplies. While you thought nothing was happening, I was already paving the way. While you felt like you were standing still, I was aligning people, places, and opportunities. Now, in the unseen, everything is falling into place. I am connecting hidden points, raising people to positions of influence, and opening doors that were once closed. I am placing resources in the hands of those who will use them to bless you. The alignment has already started. It's not by chance, it's fulfillment. It's not by chance, it's a promise. Even the moments when you thought you had lost everything, all of them will now be turned into victories. The tears that once watered the earth are now turning into seeds of harvest. What you thought was failure will become your testimony. What seemed like the end is actually the beginning of something new. For I am the God who wastes nothing. I specialize in turning pain into life, shame into honor, and silence into testimony. You will not be remembered for the times you fell, but for the times I lifted you up. You will not be marked by abandonment, but by the faithfulness I showed you. You will not be defined by your defeats, but by the victories that will come from them. The invisible alignment I am arranging will make everything fall into place. Even what seems undeniable today will soon be revealed as part of a greater plan. When you look back, you will see that I was never absent. Every closed door was protection. Every delay was training. Every moment of silence was preparation. You will understand that everything worked together for your good because I am faithful. And when it all comes together, everyone will see that it was my hand that wrote your story. Don't keep this hope to yourself. There are others who are on the verge of giving up. Others who think their tears are wasted, that their pain means nothing. They need to know that nothing is ever lost. They need to understand that there is alignment even in the unseen. Share this message now so that others don't lose hope in silence and can find the same encouragement. This act is not just an action, it's a prophetic mission. When you share, you sow seeds, and every seed you plant will return multiplied. Not only will you give hope to someone else, but you will also strengthen your own faith, because what you give to others is part of the harvest I'm preparing for you. The alignment is not just for you alone. It's for everyone. What I do in your life will become a testimony for others. Your life will be an open letter showing my faithfulness.